This is such a, I mean, I don't know. I'm of two minds of this. Well, first off, I'm of three minds. One, I generally don't care about Mike Francesa at all. And Fancesa at all. This guy's a sports, he's a sports radio talker, right?
Right. That's all I know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like the New York guys anyways, but he has been a huge Trump supporter, and I'm of two minds of this. One, if this is getting through to other people, or two, if it's just because New York is being hit so hard. But here he is, a longtime defender of Donald Trump, basically, calling out Trump for the barrage of lies and failures.
He basically yesterday accused the hospital of padding the numbers they need because they were trying to sell or sending out the back door the masks. How do you go from using 20,000 masks to 300,000 masks? Can't be done. Go investigate that. You go investigate that. You have your military or FEMA investigate that. That's your job. You're in charge of this. If this is a war, they're stealing your supplies, what do? You tell them, you tell the media to go investigate it? What, and get back to you in 6 weeks or 2 months as more people die on a daily basis? That's what's wrong here. There's a disconnect. We're watching one thing happen in our city on the 11 o'clock news every night. We're watching people die, and now we know people who died. And we're not seeing one or two people die now in our neighborhood. We're seeing them die by the 10s and 20s by the day. They're bringing people out of the hospital in Queens in body bags, 5 minutes from where he grew up. We here know this isn't right. You get the guys in the metropolitan area and ask the cops in New York if it's right now. Ask the firemen in New York who are answering those police calls, answering those ambulance calls if it's right now. Ask the nurses and the doctors in that hospital if it's right now. They know it's not. They don't have the supplies they need. So don't give me the My Pillow guy doing a song and dance up here on a Monday afternoon when people are dying in Queens. Get the stuff made, get the stuff where it needs to go, and get the boots on the ground. Treat this like the crisis it is. And how can you have a scoreboard that says 2,000 people have died and tell us it's okay if another 198,000 die? That's a good job. Mm-hmm. How is that a good job in our country? It's a good job if nobody else dies. Not if another 198,000 people die. So now 200,000 people are disposable?
So now, of course, everybody remembers Francesa's ripping into Donald Trump in his response to Hurricane Maria on Puerto Rico. I mean,
FEMA, right?
I mean, it's classic sort of a conservative mindset where suddenly they become aware of an issue when it impacts them more directly. But be that as it may, it's good to have sort of other sources validating the reality of what's going on and the failure that Donald Trump has been involved in.
And he brought up an interesting point, which I think if organizers want to be strategic in some way, or reporters even, the police department and the fire department have had, I don't even know what the case count is at this point, but an extraordinary number of cases come in. And with the police department in particular, the police union in New York is extremely powerful and very conservative, and has basically held Governor Mayor de Blasio hostage for the last several years since he's been in office. But Donald Trump, these are his conservatives. These are the types of conservatives he responds to. They're the ones he knows. He shows up there at their big luncheon every year. He's very close with the commissioner. That's where the pressure points, I think, where he's going to start to respond. And honestly, where like Fox News is going to start, turning on Trump as well, because they have longtime relationships with, Bernie, what's that guy's name? Bernie
Carrick?
Carrick. Yeah, that guy. They have him on Fox, and he advises Trump. That's like the core of who Trump is. It's not the evangelicals and the My Pillow guy. It's the New York Police Union guys. And when they turn on Trump, I think that's going to hit him in a different way. You have to think like, how do you get into Trump's brain? So he does things like save people's lives. It's absolutely ridiculous that we have to think this way, but.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe if somebody mentions it to him directly, but I don't know. I think he is the My Pillow guy. I was telling Matt that when I covered a debate in Vegas, longtime listeners will remember I had an exchange with James O'Keefe at that time. And what they do at this debate, and I didn't see this at other debates, but who knows? They in the press room, in the sort of the spin room, they created basically this, I don't know what you would call it. You could call it maybe a corral. And the subjects for interviews walked into the corral and then would go to the edge and interview, and journalists would be up there holding their microphones out. And so they'd sort of walk around. It's guess it's very similar to what you see at like a red carpet event type of thing. Mm-hmm. And Mike Lindell was there. The My Pillow guy was walking in with Trump. What? He was part of the travel crew, and Lindell has been a right-wing guy for a long time. He was an early advertiser on WABC, good friends with Sean Hannity. Mm-hmm. And here he is now. He's a multimillionaire. He's been selling his pillows. And here is Mike Lindell, the pillow guy, addressing the country, I guess, about coronavirus to tell us how great Donald Trump is. And it's quite clear that Trump is getting Lindell to, I think he's trying to get him to run for governor in Minnesota. Oh my God. And so this is Trump saying, I want you to run in Minnesota. Come on to my, TV show that I do every day now. I'm getting great ratings. Come on. And here it is. Here is My Pillow. At the very least, you're going to sell a bunch of pillows, and then maybe you run for governor.
Gave us grace on November 8, 2016 to change the course we were on. God had been taken out of our schools and lives. A nation had turned its back on God. And I encourage you to use this time at home to get back in the Word, read our Bibles, and spend time with our families. Our president gave us so much hope where just a few short months ago, we had the best economy, the lowest unemployment, and wages going up. It was amazing. With our great president, vice president, and this administration, and all the great people in this country praying daily, we will get through this and get back to a place that's stronger and safer than ever.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Please come on up. I didn't.
Yeah, I was going to give people a chance to come up and, praise me and maybe get a little, from their business. So there you go.
You're right. This is a television show for him. He didn't do press conferences for how long, and now he suddenly realized, maybe I should have done this. It would have been my daily show. I'm
like Dean Martin. It's fantastic. It's like Dean Martin, just like Dean. Calling from a Skype number overseas. Who's this?
Hello, this is Matthew calling from London. Can you hear me?
Yes. Nomi, can you hear him?
I can hear him.
Okay. Matthew,